November Man is coming out in September. School year logic, just for you. The November Man is directed by Roger Donaldson and it stars Pierce Brosnan. In The November Man, Pierce Brosnan plays the November Man, if you guessed that, and he's an ex-CIA agent and, well, he's been enjoying a quiet life in Switzerland when all of a sudden he has to do this one last job. And my review for The November Man is Zachary Shevick, so take it away, buddy.
Hey there, Pigalunk type people, it's Zach from Multiplex here to give my half of our collab review on The November Man, the new action crime spy thriller starring Pierce Brosnan as an ex-CIA operative who's called out of retirement and sucked into this web of secrets of sorts involving high-ranking US officials and the Russian president-elect. It's sort of pseudo-topical in that sense, where the topicality is there to flavor the story, but doesn't really do that because it's not developed enough. A lot of things are like that. There's all sorts of other subplots and characters in this that just aren't interesting enough to merit their roles. I liked that the film didn't feel small. It wasn't a spy movie that was about two characters. There was a sense that you got a full world and you knew what everybody's part was to play in this full world, but they weren't developed enough to be interesting. Take for example, there's this young spy that Pierce Brosnan is almost training throughout the movie, but they have this father-son dynamic that's hinted at, but never really explored. I almost don't want to say it's there because they don't do anything with it. And that's what I felt like with a lot of these characters, is there were dynamics there and hints of things that could have been more interesting had they taken more time to expand on them, but the potential for these ideas to be good doesn't make them good, I guess. There were a few cool action scenes, but ultimately I found it kind of boring. I found them kind of repetitive, and by the end you feel like they're almost just killing characters to not have to deal with them. If there's two bodyguards, they're gonna shoot them so the guy they're guarding and the guy shooting can actually have that conversation. Tried to say that in a non-spoilery way. Don't know if it worked. Whatever, moving on. I really hated Pierce Brosnan in this movie, which was weird because I didn't hate Pierce Brosnan's performance, I just kind of hated his character. You know, you're supposed to root for him, I guess. He's sort of the Liam Neeson central guy taking on the bad guys, but he seems like such a sociopath in parts that I don't really feel right morally rooting for the guy. And I wasn't sure whose side I'm supposed to be on for the majority of this movie because a lot of the characters were kind of like that, in that sort of gray area. And that didn't make it more compelling to me, that just made it underwritten. It felt a lot like a movie made by people who saw a lot of spy movies, like spy movies, but don't necessarily know anything about spies, and that this is sort of their best imitation at doing something in the genre. For me, it didn't work. I don't think it's the worst movie, but it's one that I was bored of halfway through, and then realized I had to sit through a whole nother hour of. But what do you think, Pigalunk? And thank you again for letting me be on your channel for this collab review.
2 out of 5. Wow, I mean, that's low. And do I agree with you? Yeah. The November Man just kind of sucks. Like, it really, like, Pierce Brosnan is way too old to do this. I'm pretty sure they took him out of an old folks home just to film this movie. It's hilarious. He's rusty right now. He's out of shape. He's like Arnold Schwarzenegger right now. This movie just gets boring and stupid. Like, really, like, dumb. Really dumb. There's some decisions that are just idiotic to the craziest degree. It's boring because most of the action has no tension because you really don't care about Pierce Brosnan's character, and really not a lot happens in this movie. There's some shootouts, sure, but most of it is just Pierce Brosnan talking and doing some CIA crap. In the end, I'm going to give The November Man, which is a movie that came out in September, that was my joke for the intro, a 2.25 out of 5. It's not like the worst movie ever, but don't waste your time, please. It's really not worth your time. So thanks to Zachary, and here's his channel right here. There's a link in the description also. Thank you guys for watching. This is Pigalunk signing off.